What you're watching is gameplay captured in 4K 60 by our latest capture device. Hi, I'm Phil from Elgato, and this is 4KS. 4KS is our latest external capture card, designed for today's consoles and mobile devices. Whether you're on Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, or even playing Fortnite on your iPhone, 4KS is your shortcut to pro-level capture. As a quick recap, a capture card is a device that takes the HDMI signal from a source, most commonly consoles like your Nintendo Switch 2 or PlayStation 5, and captures the video output to your computer, where you can then stream it or record it with software like Elgato Studio, OBS Studio, Meld, and more. With 4KS, you can play your games in up to 4K 60 HDR with tear-free VRR pass-through while capturing in 4K 60 or up to 1080p 60 with HDR. So why do you need a capture card when PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Switch 2 all have built-in recording and sometimes even streaming? Well, it's about quality, features, and you. Console recording has limited quality options and often restricts recording time or blocks it entirely. With 4KS, you can record unlimited footage in high-quality formats like H.264, H.265, and even AV1 with high bit rates in apps that you want. Better quality, more flexibility, and no time limits. Massively speeding up your workflow, with 4KS, your footage goes straight to your computer. This allows you to easily edit and then upload it directly to any platform. It's that simple. For consoles that can stream, your options are more limited in terms of overlays, camera placement, mic, and more. Today, it's more important than ever to set yourself apart from the crowd, and for that, you need flexibility. 4KS is compatible out of the box with the world's top streaming apps like OBS Studio and Meld Studio. So you can add different scenes, sources, additional overlays, alerts, and much, much more. Now, your content is truly yours. All right, let's go through some common capture scenarios with consoles. With a 4K 60 HDR input, like from PlayStation 5 or Switch 2, you can capture up to 4K 60, thanks to built-in HDR tone mapping. Since standard dynamic range video can't display as much color information as high dynamic range, tone mapping uses advanced algorithms to adjust the dark and light areas as well as colors in captured video to turn it into SDR, attempting to match the original HDR intent as much as possible. This is why captured videos may appear to look different from the pass-through TV or monitor. If you want to capture the full 10-bit HDR signal, you can capture that same 4K 60 HDR input in 1080p 60 HDR. For high frame rate gaming, you can capture 1440p at 120 FPS or 1080p up to 240 FPS. That 240 FPS footage is perfect for creating slow motion clips. There's a lot more to the pass-through and capture capabilities of 4KS, so check out the link in the description with detailed tables and more information. Setting up 4KS is simple. First, locate the two HDMI 2.0 ports on the back. These enable zero latency pass-through. Connect your console's HDMI output cable directly to the HDMI in port on 4KS. By featuring an HDMI input and output, the video signal literally passes through the capture card with no added latency and no alteration to the signal, which is why we call it zero latency pass-through. Then, take the HDMI cable included with 4KS and connect that to the HDMI out, and that goes to your TV or monitor. Finally, connect the included USB-C to C cable to a USB 3.0 port on your computer. Then, open your preferred software. If you want to start recording right away, you can use Elgato Studio. It's incredibly simple to use and lightweight, showing you your connected device, the format you'll be capturing in, and an unmistakable recording button with a real-time display of the file size. 4KS settings like switching from HDMI to analog audio for chat link, firmware updates, and more are all found in Elgato Studio. For immediate controls, there's even a Stream Deck plugin available, so you can start and stop recordings with just a tap. For live streaming, add 4KS to apps like OBS Studio. In OBS Studio, add it as a video capture device and you're good to go. Just a quick note that on Mac, you'll also need to add a separate audio input device and select 4KS to stream with game sound. Did you know that you can even use 4KS on iPad? Yep. Using an iPad with a USB-C port, you can record using the Elgato Capture app or even live stream using Camo Studio. The HDMI ports are fully featured HDMI 2.0 ports that support HDR10 and variable refresh rate, VRR, with zero latency pass-through, meaning there's no additional delay when playing games while 4Ks is capturing. Variable refresh rate synchronizes the output of the game console's frames to the TV or monitor, which eliminates screen tearing and reduces latency, making gameplay even more responsive. Between the HDMI ports is the 5 gigabit per second USB-C port, which is used to connect 4Ks to your computer. Before you ask, yes, you can still connect 4Ks to a USB 3.0 Type A port on your computer. You'll just need to supply your own USB-C to A adapter or USB-C to A cable. You'll want to make sure you've got it connected to a USB 3.0 port, otherwise some capture resolutions and frame rates may be impacted. These USB ports can usually be identified by a blue or teal color. Thunderbolt ports can also be used. The front of 4Ks has an analog line in port for ChatLink Pro. PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, and Switch 2 can only send audio to one place at a time, either over HDMI or headphones connected to the controller, USB, or via wireless. ChatLink Pro takes that signal and splits the output to headphones and the capture card. This means that if you play with your friends and you want to hear them, hear the game, and record game sound, you'll need ChatLink Pro and a compatible 4-pole wired headset. You'll also need a separate mic for streaming since ChatLink doesn't capture your voice. Alternatively, you can skip ChatLink and listen to the console audio through Elgato Studio's preview. 4Ks has only 30 milliseconds or so of delay, so it works well for most non-competitive games. Use this method if you've got a wireless, USB, or Bluetooth headset that doesn't work with ChatLink Pro. When you get 4Ks, in the box you'll find 4Ks, an HDMI 2.0 cable, and a USB-C to C 5 gigabit per second cable. Everything you need to start capturing gameplay in minutes on PC, Mac, or even iPad. So to recap, with 4Ks, you are getting high quality capture up to 4K 60, 1440p 120, or 1080p 60 with HDR. Zero latency pass-through at 4K 60 with HDR and VRR so you can play without compromise. Flexible streaming and recording on PC, Mac, or even iPad in your favorite apps. So whether you're capturing Switch 2, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, or even mobile, 4Ks is your shortcut to better content. More control and higher quality with no limits. So what game are you recording or streaming first with 4Ks? Let us know in the comments below. To keep up to date with the latest Elgato videos, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.